Hi everyone, my name is Shauna in case you know, and welcome back to another video. I finally charged the batteries on my camera so I can actually use my camera this time instead of my phone, which is pretty exciting. So I've been watching a lot of The Walking Dead recently. I am all caught up on the show, which is the first time that I've been caught up in the show in a very long time. I think the last time I was caught up on the show was Terminus, which was a really long time ago clearly, because Terminus was probably like, I want to say maybe like season 6, even 7, maybe? So it's been a long time since I've been caught up on The Walking Dead, so this is like a big deal for me. And The Walking Dead is currently in its final season, so that's sad. I mean, I feel like it's time, but I also am allowed to feel sad. And in today's video, I thought it'd be fun to talk about my favorite The Walking Dead characters. I just want to warn all of you right now that a lot of my favorite characters are not the most popular characters. What I like most from The Walking Dead is characters that are unique and characters that are well developed and characters that change over time, not characters that are just stagnant as this like super powerful amazing character. I like characters that start out weak, become strong. I like characters that have unique takes on like fighting zombies and stuff like that. So the characters in this list are not going to be characters like Rick or Daryl, which having Daryl not be one of my favorite characters is probably going to be shocking to people because I know everyone loves him, and I've even met Norman Reedus. I just don't have Daryl as one of my top favorite characters. I mean, I do like Daryl. He's just not like up there with my favorites. So without further ado, let's crack on into this video. Let's start off with the sister pair, Kelly and Connie. Kelly and Connie are two characters that I really enjoy. So unlike the other characters in the show, they are deaf and they use sign language, but they've survived so long. And Kelly in particular doesn't use like the traditional methods of like killing zombies. She uses a slingshot. So I really like Kelly and Connie. I think that they are great characters. I love Connie's development and Connie's relationship with other characters. I thought that was really well done, especially Connie's relationship with Daryl. And I'm not listing these characters in any particular order. I'm just talking about my favorites for fun. So next up is Beth and Maggie, another sister duo. So let me talk about Beth first and then talk about Maggie because they're so different. So I can't just like talk about them both at once. I mean, they are sisters, so I can sort of talk about them both at once, but sort of not. So Beth started off sort of rough, suffering from depression, being somewhat like, I wouldn't say weak because of her depression, but weak because she was, Maggie too, like weak because they were like sheltered so much at the farm. However, Beth really developed into this much stronger character with much more of like independence and just awesomeness, and I was really devastated when she died. However, I really liked her character arc and how she changed and developed, and I was like crying after she died. I was so sad. So then Maggie, and I know I can't say Maggie, I cannot say AG for the life of me. I always say EG instead of AG. I can't help it. People used to make fun of me for it, but I'm just like, I can't do it. I can't help it. Maggie is a character that has had an interesting story arc from disappearing for a little bit and finding other communities to becoming pregnant, becoming a mom. And I'm really liking her current character and how she has so much like hatred but like a need for Negan, and it creates an interesting dynamic that I really am enjoying watching. I think that Maggie will probably kill Negan by the end of the final season, but we'll just have to wait and see. My next favorite character is Mika. Lizzie used to be one of my favorites too, but Lizzie is no longer on this list because of what she did to Mika. So Mika was just like this cute little innocent kid who was starting to like come into her own and like become more powerful when tragedy struck because her sister is a psychopath. But I really enjoyed Mika's character, and I wish that I could have seen her longer and seen where her character would have developed had she not had that unfortunate ending. Next up is Carl. I feel like I have to have Carl in here. Carl is the character that you really see change the most from season 1 because he starts out season 1 as like this young kid and he develops into this young adult that's so like powerful but has like a strong heart until the very end. He always wants to do everything he can to protect the people that he cares about, and I feel like his legacy has really impacted the show since his death. I am a little frustrated about his death and the timing to do with the actor, because the actor like took a gap year from school, like delayed going to school, and then the characters got killed off right away, and it was a little frustrating because I was like, okay, if the actor's gonna take a break from school, can't you like flesh out more storylines for his character? But no. My next favorite character is Lydia. I know that a lot of these characters that are my favorites are girls, and I don't know why. It's just coincidence. I didn't aim for this, okay? So Lydia is one of my favorites because I loved her development, and I loved how she has sort of like conflicting loyalties for a lot of the show. Like, yeah, she doesn't like her mother and the Whisperers, but she also doesn't want to like hurt them and kill them, and I really liked that about her, how she is such like a complex character. I like how it's not as easy with her as like good or bad, like she's a good character with somewhat bad loyalties, but like sort of not, because she just doesn't want people to die. Like, it's complicated. I love that it's complicated about her. My next favorite is Eugene. I love Eugene. I know that Eugene is not a very popular character. However, I really liked his character development. I think that he really changed from this like awkward like nerd who is making up lies to survive, and now he sort of stands on his own more, and he has some moments of like powerfulness, and I really think that it's neat that he is a character that is really like tech savvy and nerdy, despite the fact that it is in the zombie apocalypse and you know, tech stuff isn't as like easily available. Tech stuff isn't as easy to use, yet he is still managing to make it work and still make connections using technology. So I thought that that was really cool. I'm a little frustrated what they're doing with Eugene right now, where he's like in that community. I forget what the community is called off the top of my head. But yeah, his character better not die, and I want his character to have a happy ending. So can he please just like have a happy ending with that one girl that he likes, because that would be awesome. And I have two more favorite characters for this list. Next up is Judith. I love Judith's character development, and I remember having like several moments of like heart pounding, like this is like scary, like is Judith gonna die as a kid? And I was so scared for that because I do not like when kids die in shows. Pardon my language, I think that Judith is just a little badass now, and I really like her. And I'm also a huge fan of the actress of Judith, because the actress is just like so sweet, and she is one of the greatest actors on the show in my opinion. So yeah, and then the final one for this list is Tara. Tara is another one with great character development. I feel like I've said that like 50 times in this video so far, but Tara started off on the wrong side. She was sort of manipulated and lied to in order to get on the governor's side, yet she decided to like turn against him, and she became a leader and she became powerful, and I really think that her character should not have been killed off when she was. I think that Tara should have lasted longer, because there was so much time spent into making Tara into the character that she was, just to like strip it away like that. And I think that Tara's death could have been replaced by any of the characters' deaths. Like, I feel like any of the other characters could have died instead of Tara, and it wouldn't have changed the like plot, you know? Because with the other characters, like Henry, it made sense. Sort of brought out more like complexity to Lydia, brought out more heartbreak in Carol, and brought up some intense feelings in Ezekiel. Like, it made sense to kill off Henry. Enid, it made sense too, because her boyfriend sort of needed that to have that like frustration with Lydia. So like those two made sense, and I mean, I guess the others made sense, but I didn't really care about the others as much. But with Tara, I just did not understand the need for her to die, and I have heard that in the comics there's different characters that die, like with the head on the pikes, so I don't know why the specific choice was made for Tara. Also, Tara is lesbian. Why do we get all the lesbians killed off, or all the lesbians like separated? Because we currently have a lesbian couple that's separated. I'm just so frustrated. Just like Mika's have a happy lesbian couple will be together by the end of the series, and I will be so happy. So those were all of my favorite The Walking Dead characters. Of course, I love almost all the characters. Like, it's very much a character-driven show for me, because if I focused on the zombies, I would be terrified. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to me if you haven't already. All of my other social media will be linked down in the description below. Oh, I'm not used to filming on my camera, so I have to lift my hands up higher to say down below. So yeah, I upload videos 3 times a week, so I'll see you tomorrow for my next video, and tomorrow's video will be a book-related video. Until next time, goodbye!